Meat is murder. Delicious, delicious murder. Hi there. Thank you for coming. So nice to see you again, even though I can't see any of you because I'm looking at a camera and you can only see me through the camera, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just trying to be polite. So, I ended up doing a video for the first time in a year, a few days ago, and it came out okay, I guess. And I just figured, well, let me do it again. So let me update you for anybody who hasn't seen me before, because obviously the YouTube algorithm has not been showing you any of my videos because I haven't done anything in over a year. So, except for a few days ago, but still, the algorithm hasn't caught up yet. So let me explain myself, all right? So these are my notes. So occasionally you will see me look down. And the reason I have notes like this is the government. See, the government may be able to get into my computer, but the government can't find these notes anywhere. There's no way they could ever get their hands on these notes at all. So people who already watch me already know all this, but that's just for the new folk. The new folk, the people who don't know me, I wanted to make sure that they understood why I sometimes go like this. What the hell am I supposed to say? And that's why I do that. And when I look down, I go, what the hell am I supposed to say? So anyway, like I was saying, so the people who think that meat is murder, delicious, delicious murder, but murder nonetheless. And that's because they don't want to see anything die. Not at all. They don't want to see anything die because they love all living things, all beautiful, beautiful living things. But then there are other people who think everything you eat has to die. Everything you eat has to die. So let's say you put a piece of broccoli in your mouth, right? And it doesn't make a noise except for the crunchy sound, when it's between your teeth. So it doesn't make any noise. And when it gets into your stomach and it's in the stomach acids, obviously it still doesn't die, because people who only want to eat vegetables and fruits, of course, they don't kill anything. So when it's getting dissolved in your stomach, the broccoli doesn't die. And then it goes into your small intestine, no, your large, it goes into an intestine, right? It goes into one of the two. And it goes into that intestine, and then I think the large intestine's the last one because it needs to be bigger to shove it out your ass. But anyway, so even when your body's getting the rest of the nutrients from it, absorbing it through the lining of the intestines, it still doesn't die, right? It doesn't. And then when you go to the bathroom and you shit out what's left, it's still not dead. How could it be? Nothing that smells that bad could possibly be dead. Now, one other thing I noticed about vegans is they're against murder, but they like everything that tastes like meat, which means they like the taste of murder. Something else, the vegans say that we are small in sizes, our canine teeth, really, really small. So we're only supposed to eat fruits and vegetables, except what they kind of forget is our teeth are not our gripping tools. Our hands are our gripping tools, so we don't need big in sizes. And if you don't believe me that your teeth aren't your gripping tools, I would suggest you take a hammer, you put the handle in your mouth sideways. Oh, that just came down a bit. We can't have that. You can't know what I look like. So I'd say you take a hammer, you put it in your mouth sidewise, and then you try to hammer a nail to the wall, and let me know how that goes for you. And then when you got to go to the dentist to get all your teeth replaced, and then go to another doctor to realign your jaw, at least you know your mouth really isn't your gripping tool. Now remember, the whole thing about being against meat, because meat is murder, delicious, delicious murder, is because they don't want things to die. Living things, okay? So what happens is, let's say you want your avocado or your almonds. Well, all that's got to get pollinated. And it's not a natural pollination because they actually have to truck millions and millions of bees to pollinate your avocado and to pollinate your almonds. Now, I like almond milk just as much as the next person. Almond milk is fucking delicious, so long as it's not in my coffee. At that point, I want milk from a fucking cow. But other than that, I don't mind a tall glass of almond milk. It's delicious. But let's face some facts here. When those millions and millions of bees go to pollinate there, their resource of what they can pollinate has now been limited. Because they're not pollinating flowers, they're not pollinating other fruits, they're not pollinating other vegetables, they're only doing that. So they start to starve to death. So the great thing about your almond milk and your avocados is you just killed millions and millions of bees. So you should feel good about yourself because, at least the bee can't scream when you kill it. Now, the other thing I don't fully understand is they want to eat all the fruits and vegetables. So a deer will munch on leaves. It'll munch on berries. You could give a deer an apple in the middle of the summer, right? And it'll just chew all that up. So what you're doing is you're eating a deer's food. And since I eat deer, you're eating my food's food. But you know what? After a while, none of this is going to matter anyway, because the government wants us to start eating insects. That's right. They want us to start eating bugs. Juicy, juicy cockroaches. You ever look at the underneath of a cockroach? How appetizing is that? Now, understand that people like lobster, they like crab, and they're pretty much the cockroaches of the sea. But I don't know if you want to start crunching down on a cockroach or any kind of insect. I mean, do you really want to suck down a centipede? But the government's trying to do this because they want to control us. So I want you to think about something. Once the government agrees there's nothing good about meat, they're going to want you to eat insects. And then they're going to say, well, you can't eat fruits and berries anymore because you got to leave that for the animals in the forest. So then even the vegans are going to have to start eating insects. And you can't say that's not a living thing. I mean, I understand how you feel about broccoli because, you know, it doesn't have eyes and it doesn't scream when you kill it, like I said before. But by the same token, you're going to be eating something that used to run around on 8 legs. The best part about eating something with 8 legs is after a while, they stop wiggling around in your mouth. So then you can swallow without, you know, feeling them wiggle around in your throat and then your tummy. But anyway, that's all I got to say today because that's all I thought about. So you have a great night, you have a great time, and you love yourself. Good night. I love you.